Hey, what's up, y'all? So I'm back with another Road to CCNA video, and in this video we covered NTP, or Network Time Protocol. Now, NTP uses port 123 UDP, and it is used to synchronize the clocks of networking devices. This is very important for log analysis. During this lesson, we covered the NTP hierarchy, starting all the way at the top with the reference clocks down to the primary servers and the secondary servers. So these are measured by stratum numbers. Typically, the lower stratum number is seen as the more reliable time. So at the top, we got our reference clocks. They have a stratum of 0. Then right below them, the ones who get their time from the reference clocks, these are the primary servers. And right below them are the secondary servers. The primary servers will have a stratum of 1. Secondary servers, they get their time from other NTP servers. They'll have a stratum level anywhere from 2 to like 15, I believe. Once it gets past 15, then that time is considered unreliable and you cannot become an NTP server. Also, there are 3 NTP modes. We got server mode, client mode, and symmetric active mode. That means you can do both. You can become a client and a server at the same time. Yeah, overall, a pretty fun lesson. On top of everything I talked about, we learned some basic NTP commands, some show commands, some NTP authenticate commands, and I believe we will be testing some of those out in this lab we got right in front of us. So I'm about to get right on that. Starting with 1, configure the software clock on R1, R2, and R3 to midnight, December 30th, 2020 UTC. Okay, R1 with the clock set command, I set it to the date that it asked us to. R2, R3. Okay, now that number 1 is done, we are on to number 2. Configure the time zone of R1, R2, and R3 to match your own. Okay, now I'm configuring the time zone on R1, and I am Central Time, and there's a 6-hour offset. So yeah, R2, R3. Do show clock command to confirm. Okay, so now for number 3, configure R1 to synchronize to NTP server 1.1.1.1 over the internet. What stratum is 1.1.1.1? So I'm going to do the NTP server command. This will connect R1 to that server to now be a client for them. And it's asking the stratum. I'm assuming that 1.1.1.1, I don't know for sure, we're about to find out, but it's probably connected to the reference clock, which would make it stratum 1, and this would make R1 stratum 2. So let's see. Okay, I just did that command. Now we're gonna do a show command. Okay, so after that do show NTP associations command, we can see that 1.1.1.1 is indeed connected to the reference clock, which makes it a primary NTP server, and that makes our stratum number 2 because we are a secondary server. We are connected to the first primary server. If I'm not mistaken, this command should confirm it. And do I see anything on here about a stratum? Yes, right there, stratum 2. Okay, number 3 finished. Now we are on to number 4. Configure R1 as a stratum. 8. NTP master synchronize R2 and R3 to R1 with authentication. The NTP source command is not available in packet tracers, so just use the physical interface IP addresses of R1. Okay, so to get started on this one, I'm going to enable NTP authentication on R1, and then I'm going to go to R2 and R3 and have them connect to R1 as a client using the NTP server. We're going to do the IP address of that physical interface. And then we're going to also do NTP peers so that, R2 and R3 are connected to each other. Okay, got it set up. Made a little mistake right here. But now on to R2 and R3. So I'm about to input this command, and this is the IP address of that R1 interface, the NTP master for R2 and R3, and that's why I chose that specific IP address, 192.168.12.1. Now setting up the NTP peer. Okay, so I ran into a little problem. I was able to set up the server relationship with key 1 on R3 and also on R2. But for some reason, the peer command was not working. So maybe it's something I'm doing wrong. I'm gonna watch that when I go over the lab video after I finish this. But it's not stopping us from moving on to the next part. The next part is configure R1 as a Stratum 8 NTP master. And we'll do that just by doing this. 8 is the default Stratum number when you use this command. Oh, would you look at that OSPF shutdown and reloaded? And I'm about to do a show NTP status command. Okay, so show NTP status wasn't giving me exactly what I was looking for, but this did. As you can see, we got that link local address right there, and we got our Stratum number of 7. That's because we used the NTP master command. Now for the last part, we're going to configure NTP to update the hardware calendars of R1, R2, and R3. Right here we got the NTP update calendar command, which will update the time of the hardware calendar, or the hardware timer. So, oh man, so calendar on R2 and R3. Okay, so that's all 5 steps done, except for that little peer relationship I couldn't get to work between R2 and R3, but I'm about to go watch the video and see what I did wrong. And but yeah, everything else we got done, and I appreciate y'all for checking in.